Yes, we are live 6 p.m. Day 2, winning the parenting battle conference with the Visionary Parent Academy. If you joined us yesterday, you agree with us that it was all shades of awesome. It was all shades of eye-opening, from Coach Karen to Coach Helen, from understanding your child. One thing we keep complaining about is, Western parenting, Western parenting. Yesterday, I hope you got the message that principles are the same everywhere. They are the same. It's not about Western parenting. It is about you knowing what to do. Let me not go back. If you miss yesterday's class, please hurry up and go and catch it. Then Coach Helen came with her own fire. Someone said she came with the basketballs. Yes. If you miss yesterday's session, please go back to it. Today we have Coach Anne Maria Daibo. Sorry, if I murdered your name. When I first met her, I was in Lagos, and she kept talking about something like, people have not been to this part. You don't understand. People have not been to this part. Like, she is a teacher in Warri, Delta State. You know what that means, Warri, Delta State. And then coincidentally, a little less than 2 years ago, my family moved to Agbo. And I said to myself, I understand exactly what she's been talking about. But because she's been in the classroom for a very long time, and she's a parent coach, she's a teen mentor, she definitely has solutions to some of the struggles we are dealing with when it comes to children. I'm telling you, if you have children in public schools, she's coming here to give us practical answers and way out. So if you have your questions, please bring them on. If you have your struggles, please share them. Now, I want to start from Coach. We want you to introduce yourself to us officially. Sorry if I murdered your name. Sorry about that. And if you have not invited people, your friends, your family to come for this conference, please hurry up, go and invite them, because something is happening here. Something is happening here. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you. Okay, so please, let's meet you before we dive into the business of the day.
Okay, good evening, and thank you for having me. Like I was talking backstage, today it's, if you are not deliberate and mindful, today is not even a day that I should be here, but the Nigerian child is important to me.
Absolutely.
And to me, it's a call. We are here to rebuild what the street is destroying. We are going to have an honest conversation. I'm going to say some of our children are in school, but living street lives. So my name is Jemine Daibo. I'm popularly known as Warri Mom. So I like to be addressed as Warri Mom. I have different names. In the classroom, I'm addressed as this. But on the online space, I'm Warri Mom. I have a parent academy where I, like what Coach Enimien is doing, I have parents I teach, guide, and talk to. I talk to a lot of teens. I have mentored thousands of teenagers. And a lot of them are adults doing well and fantastic from the public space. So let me just leave it at that. Simple introduction. So as I start to speak, I will introduce myself when I start speaking. Very well.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma.
Yes.
There was something you said. You said then the school, so many people are raising children, but the street, there was a way I quickly grabbed my barrel and I missed it. I want to note it down.
I said we are here to rebuild what the streets are tearing down.
Yes.
Say some of our children are in school, but living street level lives. So as parents, we need tools, not tears. Not all those cry we come to cry on social media. What we need, what you need as a parent that has a child, not only in public schools, because the cancer is seeping. It's already in the private sector. It's only that the private sector will try to cover it. They try to hide it. As parents, we need tools, not tears. Not be crying, now we can't cry here. We are talking about raising children in high-risk communities. And Nigeria, as a case study, it's an high-risk community. Nigeria as a nation is an high-risk nation. Whether you're there inside your flat, whether you hide for inside tortoise bomb, it is high risk if you are raising a child in these times.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's high risk time. Now, this is why I can never wrap my head around when parents say our parent did it this way, or they did not have to do these certain things, because the times are so different. It is high risk time. Somebody leave that in the comment that it is high risk time. The times are. Yesterday, Coach Helen said something. You know, there was a video that was trending some time ago. I even shared the video where some children, they were graduating from secondary school, and the next they were scribbling on each other's breast, and you know, the boys were scribbling on the girls' breast. She said they even took it further, like her daughter's school, they took it further. The girls would tell the boys, okay, I've scribbled on your chest. You should bring your boxers, take your trousers down. I want to scribble on your penis. Are you kidding me? Like, jeez. I can't wrap my head around what kind of madness is that in the public where other children are, and these things make it to social media. So she said, even it is not just about public schools, really. So because yes, Coach Warri Mom, you made a valid point. Private schools, they just hide it a lot of the time. It is why it's more like it's a public school thing. It's more like it's like a public school thing. We think the cancer is more in the public school. Now let's having worked in the secondary school for a very long time, can you just tell us what the situation is really like? Paint a picture, share your experiences with us. How bad is it?
For parents listening to me, let me first thank you for the work you're doing. And there's something that made me accept your invitation. I'm not just they come do cho. I know a lot of people understand pidgin. I use pidgin as my language to communicate what I do on the online space. I know they come do cho. I know they can't read textbook. I don't read enough textbook for school. Today I stood for 6 periods times 40. So it tells you now the talk now we take a shop for more than 20 years. We've been in this business. And we have been talking about these things for as long as it has been there. It's only now that we have more audacity. We are in an era where the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas are more audacious. So they are bringing it to our faces. And we are trying to hide and say we do not know. We are just trying not to accept. You know, when you they call it squadron syndrome, about which kind of Igbo they call them. They try to make it that we are trying to not to accept what you already know is happening. Now, I'm not just a public school teacher. I have to take down to right. I don't want to, because if I start to say things, it might scare a lot of parents. I am a witness. You know what a witness is? If you do not have a witness in any case, that case is dead on arrival. If you bring a matter to court and there is no witness, the case is dead on arrival. I'm not just a public school teacher. I am a witness that sees the intersection between learning, survival, and the struggle these young people face. I have seen how schools in our communities are not just learning spaces, but battlegrounds. Our schools are no longer learning spaces, they are battlegrounds. And I like your team. It talks about parenting battles. Our schools, make anybody not just hide. If you get speaking for school and you have a friend that has a child in school and you are on this call, send the link to that person. Absolutely. Send the link to that person. Because your first duty as a parent is that child, not be your business. It's not your business. It's not your position you have in society. It is that child. That time be the first way God will ask you. And what I have seen in my experience is that parents are so negligent. Do you know why when you were in Lagos, you could not see these things in your face until you came to Agbo? It is because you live in an enclosed environment. If you have an interface, as we have in a public space, sometimes you won't be able to speak. Sometimes you won't be able to eat. Your heart would bleed at what we encounter daily. I call it the cancer eating gently, and it has taken over. It's not only this graduation you see, it's not only in the public schools. Oh, I said it's in the private schools, but the private school, we try to water it down. They hide it because they are in there for business. The government does not, the government is not, the government is afar. We as the teachers, we are the witnesses that see these children. We see their struggle. So I say I have seen parents who want better. Most of these parents that bring their children to public school, they want better, but they are helpless. They do not even know how to go about it. They are reading with poverty. They do not have money. So the only thing they know is that come go school, wear uniform. Oh yeah, school. So they just put you know when you are raising hen in the morning and you don't have a cage, they are inside your veranda. When you bring them, you just put them outside. They are going to find something to eat. So the school is now becoming a place of solace for these children, but it is a battleground because what these children contend with on a daily basis is too much for them. It's too much for their brain. Like we know that they say even the brain is not, you know, the brain is not properly formed till the child is 25, until the child is an adult. Yes. So our schools now are not disrupted by peer pressure, gangs, drugs, neglect, abuse, poverty. Let me give you an instance now. A child comes to school. We had midterm. We just resumed this term. The child did not wash the uniform. Not because the child did not wash the uniform, the parents do not have detergent. Wow. So when the child comes to school, we will first have to sit down, take soap. As a teacher, you go to school with soap, you go with pad, you go with biro, you go with everything. Despite the small salary that you have to keep it somewhere in your so that you can give it to a child that needs help. So you will not take the shirt and you wash. That is for teachers that are taking their time to groom themselves and be better. The teachers that are not taking their time, now can the picking go take? We flog the child. Yes. That child is already, Karen was talking about the needs of the child. When a child misbehaves, it's a result of a need not met. So nobody's going to talk about whether the child does not have soap, because me, as a coach, I've been able to interface with these children. I go personal with them. I talk with them, and I see, say now soap make the uniform dirty. That child you want to even flog, the child does not even have food to eat. The child has not eaten. So you now put the shirt inside water and wash. The time you used to do your lessons, you first attend to a child that has left the home and it's dirty. That is the issue of poverty. Then you have some of these children, they come from dysfunctional homes. They don't even have homes. Some sleep in uncompleted buildings. So they just get the uniform, they come in, and the policy of government is that you cannot send any child home. So they come in, they interface with these other children. And if you have a child in school, not be you be your picking best friend though. Now the person when he sit down near him. Yeah. So when I step into a class and take my lessons, as I'm taking my lessons, they are discussing. What are they discussing? They are discussing their experiences. So the guy that is a gang member is telling the other boy, he's telling your child what he has experienced in the gang. He's going to paint it very well in good pictures that your own child that you have brought to the public school, your own child now is fascinated, is intrigued, because young people are curious. your child wants to belong to, he wants to experience that life. So they have that discussions. They move around during break. Those are their friends. Do you understand me now? So these are the pressures that a typical child, who the parents are, I'm talking about some parents bring their children to school because, okay, they say, I'm not strong. Okay, I put them for government school and make it a manage. Once your child gets into the public space, especially, you go put leg for inside trouser, you go put leg for socks, because what your child will interface, they will not be able to share it with you. Because if they share it with you, you go put them for house, they may not go school. You have children that have been involved in as bad as, when they take arms to go and rob students.
Wow.
But they wear the uniform and come to school, and they interface with the children in the class, and they're going to have that discussion. When they're having those discussions, there is recruitment, there is enticement, there is cajoling, and then there is, I want to be. A child that has low self-esteem, the fear of missing out, he wants to be. Now, let me give you a scenario. If a child brings his food to school in a public school, he doesn't eat alone. The class is his community. He has a small flask, he opens it, and you see all of them taking spoon and eating. So there is already a bond.
Yeah.
There is already a bond. Parents, if you don't know, your child is bonded with children from dysfunctional home, from all what? The good, the bad, the ugly, as in a public school. And we have it also in the secondary school. I had a call on Monday. I was leaving the town. I was traveling out of the town, where a parent was disturbed in our school, where a young boy that was in SS2 was already recruiting students from a JS1 into a new cult.
Wow. Good.
And this is a school, this is a private school where the secondary school strength is about 50. That student in SS2 now is now recruiting, is now telling them, come join. When you join, I have one guy that will give you 50K and all that. So when they are on the field playing football, he's telling them, come and join. You are going to like it. You are going to like it there. Everything is going to be all right. And something happened. They went to a friend's house, one of them, and they took the mother's wristwatch. And then the mother was saying, who did you bring to the house? What do you mean? He said, my friend. They now brought the matter to school. That was when the school now knew that there was a recruitment process for children to join gangs. So when your child is in school, you go put your leg for inside trouser. It is war. It is a battleground. Don't try to, it is, I tell parents, forget the academics. The children will do fine in the academics. What of when these children are, do you know what it means to recruit a child into occultism?
At a
Do
small
you know what
age.
it means? At that age. Now, you also have the issues of drugs. Last year, I was not feeling too fine. I was at home. I got a call from my school. Children were selling drugs. Now, most of the people that these drug peddlers use are children. They give them the drugs, put in their school bag. If they walk past 30 checkpoints, nobody's going to check the children. Nobody's going to check them. Their children with their school bags.
Yeah.
So my question I've always been asked, I always ask them, where are your parents? Where are your parents? The children are also faced with, they are growing up faster than their age. And the environment is not giving them a choice. We now see children, for the issue of drugs, we see them sniffing markers. They sniff markers. They sniff their chalk. They sniff paint. Where did they learn it? They learned it from somebody that has come from a dysfunctional place and told them, if you sniff them, you will like the smell. If you sniff them, you will like the smell. So what have teachers become? Teachers have not become like social workers. Teachers have not become nurses. Teachers have not become bodyguards. Because when a rival gang wants to come and fight another rival gang, sometimes schools will want to fight each other. What will the teachers do? You won't release your children out now. You will protect them. You're already a bodyguard. You're already a bodyguard. We are all trained to have first aid. When a child injures himself, we'll first treat, before we take the child to the health center, and then before we can call the parents. So we become bodyguard. When they were writing this WAEC, some boys came into my school. I'm talking about what happened in my school. They had an altercation outside, court matter. They came in, the day they were to write a very civic education, a very important subject, and they shut the gates, locked all of us inside, smashed bottles on the road, said they wanted the boy to come out. The duty of the teacher at that time is to safeguard that child. When you know that the tension is too much, you need to call the community. If you cannot get access to the community, you need to call the speed dial to a police station to come for rescue. So some of our children do not just come to school hungry for knowledge, but they are hungry for food, for love, and even shelter. For these children, school isn't separate from the streets. School is the streets. I repeat, for these children, school is not separate from the streets. School is the streets. So what can parents do? Because I want to run along so that we can take questions. What is your role as a parent navigating these tough terrains? What is your role? Because the topic says, when the school becomes the streets, parenting in tough times. Don't abdicate your responsibility to the streets. Do not. You see, parents, most times in public schools, the children will close by 2 o'clock. By 5, they are still in school, playing football.
Coach, please, a bit. Coach, a minute, please. You know, you are just revealing these things or sharing these things, and my eyes, you know, when cartoon, their eyes will just be spinning around when maybe they are surprised. My eyes is spinning, and if I check my brain is also spinning. Someone may say, we are talking about public school. What is it? What is my own? Coach, Warri mom says, please share. This is the right time for you to actually share and tell people. You will say, what is your own? These children, this lifestyle, like, they put it on social media. Your children will see it. Guess what? Summer holiday is coming. You know, your children may not have access to these particular children. They may not interact with them, but they have neighbors. They have church members. They have classmates. They have people who meet these people on a regular, like this Totten, who may spend holiday with them. So we all need to be it's not just about, oh, our children are not in public school. No, if it's only on the internet, things we see there, like who? Things we see there. Okay, she said someone that is applicable in private schools too. Yes, even in church. Things we see there. So please, you need to invite parents, share this link or let parents know. Your child is not safe until every child is safe. Your child is not safe until every child is safe. Me, I'm just wondering, like, I'm just saying in my head, as she's just talking, I'm just saying, God forbid in my mind, God forbid in my mind. And of course, I know that, hey, God. Sorry, I stepped in, coach. Continue, ma.
Okay. Do not abdicate your parenting to the streets. That's what you can do. Then do regular check-ins. Like, who did you sit with in class? Now, if I ask every parent here, do you know the name of every child in your child's class? If you know, put yes in the comment section.
I don't
if
know.
Your children,
I know some.
You don't know? Hey, they cannot talk again. Do you know the name of every child in your class? In their class? If you get 4 pikin, those 4 pikin, if there are 50 people in the class, it is your duty as a parent to know all their names. And when you are knowing a child's name, you don't just know the child's name as Jemine, know the name and the son name. Do you know why it is important? I want to share stories, oh. I don't want to share stories. I want first to read this my like lesson note for now before I share stories. You must
Wait, so before you,
know
I have
the
three
name.
children. How do I know all their names? I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know all their names. So my pen and my book are here
So
to write assignments.
it is it is your assignment. It is your assignment. When I'm a form teacher in a class, if I have 50 students, by default, the form teacher knows all their names and their surnames. We practically sometimes we know them by their voices and we know them by their handwriting. Okay, so we say, you ask your friend, who do you sit with? Who did you laugh at today with? Who was flogged in class in public school? If you do rubbish, they flog you. So you ask, who was flogged in class? Who cut grass in class? Who did they tell to kneel down? Now, when we are talking about public schools, remember the federal government schools are public schools. Because sometimes the parents think that the federal government schools are public schools. And make a bust on our brain. We had more than 1 million students that wrote WAEC. If you count the ratio of students that came from private school, it's a drop in the ocean. The bulk of the Nigerian child attends public schools. And they are cousins to your children when you lock for inside private school. They are neighbors to your children when you lock for inside private school. They are your church members. They are your mosque members. When you are your adult in church, your children are not there inside there. They're not in children's session. Don't they have friends there? And you know, and let me take an aside. When you go to the churches, the parents soon are just to wear fine dress, go sit down in main church. If they see they enjoy, they do this thing, they go leave the children's session for untrained teachers, people that are not intentional, people that just love God and want to volunteer. And now there the damage they happen. They are recruiting in the churches to cults. Then they meet in schools. I made a post on TikTok. For those of you, I'm on TikTok, Warri more. And I said, as it day now, the best place to put your pikin now public school. Come and see parents crying. Madam, now your own be that. They didn't listen to what I was saying. I say, as it day now, it means that I have information that they do not have. Parents are dropping children in day schools. The children are living and going to hotels. Girls and boys. They drop their children in secondary school. They will bribe the security man. They are on colos. They know the time. If you are coming to pick them, they know the time you are coming to pick them. They are going to all those lounges. They are going to do hookup. So with those information that we have, that was why I said, it better now. May you look for a better boarding house, make you put, because the people that actually design schools that children should stay there and have the time and be there. It's not that the schools that will train your children, no, but even if you are not in, Coach Enimien has the Visionary Parent Academy. If you're not there, now you know where you did. If you're not there, now you know where you did. Because everybody, they use something. Now the thing when you get, now you go use. Everybody for this life, now they use something. One of the somethings you can do is to join a parenting community where you can be guided, where people are deliberate to raise wholesome children. So another thing that parents can do is to monitor their influences. What are the influences that these children have? Their friends. Because from the age of 10, the influence that a child has, you as the parent, you go to number 4. You no longer have that influence. That is why you need to do the foundation very well from 0 to 10 years before they're that preteen age. And then, so you monitor their influences, their friends, the online content. What online content are they exposed to? Now you would say, my pikin not get phone. Your pikin friend get phone. He carry the phone come school. As make I tell you. He carry the phone come school. Everything when they consume there, he don't show your pikin. Your pikin get social media handle when you don't know. They don't open social media page for them. So you must monitor their online content. You must also monitor their older siblings. Some of you, the order of your children is so diverse. Some of you have a 16-year-old, then you have a 10-year-old. You must monitor the conversations that happen between these age grades. Because if you do not, what the 16-year-old is learning, you're going to tell that 10-year-old. The influence, you must monitor it. If you have people living with you, maybe your older cousin, maybe your nanny living with you, now they go pick the pikin for school. Now you know, because that person too is parenting your child. That's another influence. So you must check all those things. Then the teachers. Let me tell you something. If there's anywhere the devil is attacking after hospitals, is at the schools. Because if you do not know, maybe I did not tell you, but you don't read them for Bible. Your child has stars on their head. Your child gets stars. Some of them, I was telling my students today, some of you have 20 stars. Some of you have 40 stars. So when some of these teachers that come, they get strange powers, so they will recruit your child. When we are trying to correct the child, they will tell you, I better not mind that, forget that teacher does not like you. They'll be showing your child the other way. And those of you in private schools, and those are the teachers that will be telling you, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. How are you? How is daddy? Some of them are doing something to your child, so you must monitor it. You must monitor your neighbors. I saw where they made a post on the academy, Visionary Academy page, where they mixed Indian ham and something. They mixed Indian ham and gave to people to eat. And a coach was saying, will you allow your child eat in your neighbor's house? Monitor your neighbors. Monitor the people when they share flat together. Mommy this, daddy that. Monitor them. Those are the influences in your child. Because as teachers, when these children come to school, we see these influences. You know, Enimien is not here. We see this influence, but I'm continuing. Then you monitor also your pastors, the religious people that your children interface with. Recently, we've seen where there have been cases of pastors defiling young people, boys and girls. He's been heavy on social media. He's been coming up and coming up. So you monitor it, because some of these children, they come to us and tell us things that we cannot really prove the evidence, damage that pastors have done to your child. Then, number 4, what is your role as a parent? You must teach street smart values with home-rooted wisdom. You must teach your children to be street smart with your own wisdom. There is something that is lacking in our parenting today, and that is storytelling. I met my great-grandmother, I met my grandmother, and a lot of influences, a lot of wisdom that I had was from storytelling. As parents, we need to pick up that tool again. Storytelling. When you hear a story outside, try to create your own, use your own wisdom. God has given it to you. Now say you know they look inside. Use your own wisdom. Use it and start to share those stories during morning devotion, during evening devotion. Use the Bible. There is nothing that is happening that is not in the Bible. Share stories. Tell stories is a very great tool in your journey as a parent, especially when you are raising a child in secondary schools. So when you mix it with all those common sense, then you create boundaries. You start guiding that child. God will always show you the way. God is there to guide you. and help you. Okay. I think she's trying to come back now. Then refuse to normalize dysfunction. Okay, you're back.
Sorry, ma, I missed a
Refuse,
lot. I
yes,
don't know.
yes. Like I said, when you went, I was saying that after I talk about monitoring your influences, I said monitor the friends, the online content, because
The
your child does
teacher.
not have a phone does not mean that you go. Yes, monitor the teachers, monitor your neighbors, and monitor your pastors. Monitor your pastors. Then I said teach street smart values with home-rooted wisdom. And I like before you came, I said parents have lost this tool. If there's any tool you need to take, if there's anything you need to take from this webinar today, is the art of storytelling. Parents are no longer telling stories. I became an adult before I knew that the tortoise was not a human being. Every wisdom that my grandmom, my great-grandma, and my mom wanted to instill in us, they told us through stories. If they wanted us not to be greedy, it was storytelling. There are a lot of stories in the Bible that you can use to guide your children. Parents, please pick up that tool. Storytelling is so vital. So you mix your faith with common sense and strict boundaries. Number 5, refuse to normalize dysfunction. Just because everyone is doing it does not make it right. In tough terrains, parenting becomes a full-time spiritual, emotional, and mental assignment. I said we are at risk. We are in high-risk communities. So if you are parenting in an high-risk community, as the world has turned into, you must make it a full-time spiritual, emotional, and mental assignment. Tough environment demand visionary parenting. I didn't put intentional parenting. Tough environments demand visionary parenting. So what can schools do? Let's assume that maybe you are not around. There's little or more that schools can do. As a teacher, there's little or more I can do for your child. But I can intervene. By intervening, I will make a call to you and say, Omo, I not see your pikin for school today, but some children said he came to school. He don't pass through fence. He don't go club. He don't go do hookup. He don't follow some boys go gamble. I can intervene because we always have your number in the class register. I can intervene. Then I can report my concerns to you. And then I can serve as a safe zone. How do we serve as a safe zone as teachers? Sometimes some of these children are living with people that are not really their parents, or some are living with their parents who are abusing them. Maybe most times it's sexual abuse. You see a father sexualizing the child. We can take make a move to go to the welfare, report the case so that that father or mother is invited. That's the much that we can do. But schools, let me tell you what schools cannot do for you. Because we see parents outsourcing their parenting to schools these days. School, it remains small now, we go dey bath. We even dey wash children shirts. Sometimes some schools say they bath children, especially in private schools. Some parents will carry children with if they're small pikin with diaper, they drop them in the schools. Schools cannot replace you as the parents. Schools cannot heal deep-rooted trauma. Then schools, write this down. Schools cannot undo what you have reinforced daily at home. Those right values that you have reinforced at home, schools cannot undo it. So if you reinforce bad values on your children, schools too cannot undo it. Teachers are not magicians. We are doing our best with what we have, especially in public schools. But the real power lies in the home. So what am I saying? Let us collaborate. Let us collaborate so that the child can thrive. Let us create structures, routines. Let us not fund rebellion. Some of you parents, you give your children unhindered access to the internet. You are funding rebellion. You are giving them phones when you know that they are not mature to handle it. Collaborate with teachers. Get involved with their learning. Build a value-based home. Create a safe space at home. Seek help. Seek help. Join an academy. Parenting in tough times is not for the faint-hearted. It is not for the faint-hearted. But remember, as a parent, you are a builder, you are a fighter, and you are a seed planter. The streets may be loud, but your love, your structure, and your intentionality can be louder. Let me rest here first. Yes, the streets may be loud, but when you are intentional, yes.
Thank you so much, ma. My note is just getting filled up. The Warri mom can Warri mom definitely knows what she's doing. And if you leave her, thank you so much, ma. Thank you. When I was trying to write, you said do not fund your child's misbehavior. Do not fund their rebellion. That is something I see quite common in this environment. Almost every child has a phone. I ask them, what do they need phones for? They have no reason. It's almost like a competition. Like if you don't give your phone, if you don't give a phone to someone, if you don't give your phone to your child, you are broke. The mindset, she said, do not normalize dysfunction. Exactly, that is what it means. Because everyone is doing it, doesn't make it right. And you know what, Warri mom, this morning, in the voice note I dropped with the Visionary Parent Academy, there was something you mentioned. You said parents should watch their older children. That is your children, you should watch their older siblings, the kind of things and the conversations they have around them. Funny enough, this morning I shared that and I told them that, okay, I'm going to have a class where we are going to talk about family dynamics on its own. We understand certain things. And I actually gave an example. Like I have a teenager who's already in the university. She's 16. She's already in the university and she has younger ones. There are 6 children. She has a younger sibling as young as maybe 4, 5 years old, and she's 16. So the other day she came, we were having a conversation about a particular topic about sex and dating. And she was saying something like, she has a friend who is a lesbian. Then she has another friend who is straight. And another friend will be saying, I don't understand why you will just leave prick they follow, because I try to just be very free with them so that I can actually understand them and be able to help. And I had to tell because she came with her 3 younger ones, the immediate younger one, and the other one is 13, the other one is like 12 or 11. I had to tell the 11-year-old, please go upstairs, go and watch movie with my children while I talk to these other older ones that are bigger. She just said it. And this morning I shared it. I said the older siblings, we are going to have a class on just family dynamics alone. Hopefully to be on this YouTube channel. I'm going to be revealing a lot of things that we need to know. Thank you so much, ma. We have some questions already. Someone said, what do you mean by street smart values? Can you give us examples? Please help us, because we also have other questions.
Okay. Your child is going to school, and I've made that post right on my page. Some children leave home as early as 6 o'clock, and sometimes the roads are deserted. And then you have a daughter that is well shaped. That is, when you see them, they are very beautiful in their uniform. You need to tell her that the only vehicle she needs to enter is a transport vehicle. Because at that time, you see people going to work and going. I have practically stopped my vehicle and disrupted some kind of things. My instinct just say, stop, that's my way, stop, won't carry that picking. Now they don't tell you, Where are you going to? I'm going to down that way. Oh, good girl. It's good. You are going to school. This early. This is what we say. Children should be good. Your child should not fall for that. Because once your child enters into that vehicle, she can be assaulted. If the man touch in lap, she won't open the door, jump, come out the motor. She won't fly, come out the motor. She don't go enter motor. Things like that, she should enter transport. Give her transport. You will go put pikin for local job, make it a go school early, give her transport. Also, try to make sure that your children in public school is difficult. You guys see it a lot. Try to make sure that your children don't eat other people's food. You see, they will take water. See my water here now. It's Zobo drink. So as they take this one like this, they are 10 there. The other one, they will share it around. As a teacher, if you walk at me, then you will scatter the list. How many can you scatter? But why I'm saying this is that we have children that exhibit some of these values. Tell your daughter that if she has a male teacher, she should not go into the staff room when the teacher is alone. Because no wait for CCTV say touch breast before we can shout. Let it not happen. These are some of the spiritual values. Try to always learn how to tell stories. I say if you don't, if you not sabi tell story, learn how. Go and take training. When you do money devotion, because children learn when you paint pictures. I was talking to my SS2 students today, and I said, after I finished, I used 10 minutes. I stopped the class. I said, if you like, I use the word you, because as I'm talking to you now, it strikes you. I said, if you like, when you graduate, after you are finished, let them be writing on your breast. Tomorrow, when you are now the first lady, wife to the governor, that video, you know, God told us that when we have passed this existence and we have come to the throne of grace, He's going to open the book of life, Abi. I said your own book of life will be open before you. They will bring that video where that boy is writing on your breast. Some people, they say that the girl is the boy. The girl not be the boyfriend. Some of these children have not been taught. No street sense. So in that hyper mood that they are happy, some of these mischievous boys, because I created a scenario of the kind of children that mix up in these public schools, federal government college, whether King's College or federal government, with the crowd, because you have a lot of crowd there. So in that hyper, we are finished. Thank God, we go do this. As at that frenzy, the boy is doing that. The boy is doing that because you see, most of these boys, because you know, as teenagers, they have the hormones don't they range. They don't they get all those erection and all that. So sometimes you don't see them. They are walking on the pavement in school. They will just go and hold a girl's waist. Do your children in school, do they tell you some of these things? In a private school, it's a little bit curbed because the private school, most of the time, they're not even they allow the children to come outside. And play is good for the brain. So how do you learn to? Now you as the parent, don't let them enter. Even me as a teacher, I do not pick students. I know the implication. I don't pick them on the way. If you are wearing uniform, I don't pick. If I have to help you, maybe I stretch money to you. You're not supposed to give a child food to eat. There are a lot of things you cannot do. So you teach your children that. Then tell your children, like I said, to know the names. You as the parent, you know the names of all the children in your class. Your children too should know their names of everybody in their class. Do you know why? I will tell you a story. A girl was living with her briefly. A girl was living with her auntie. And you know, like I said, that when they come to school, they have their own community. They trust their friends more than you. And she was telling the friend that my auntie, I know you let me they sleep. Now so plate that they wash. Now so this are they do. When I hear students come to tell me that, I put it in perspective. Your parents don't have money. Somebody is training you. I say, face your book. 4 years, 5 years, you don't train you, you don't come out, you don't become your own oga. Throw away all those things, serve the person quick. Pretend. One of the laws and skills you need to teach your children is the law of pretense. It's a skill. A lot of people don't know how to pretend. A lot of people do not know how to pretend. Even in your marriage, you don't know how to pretend. You go wound. You must teach your children to learn how to pretend. So she came. Another thing you need to, somebody's asking that question to be street smart. Not everything that happens in your home should be said to their friends. Because your children, everything when they happen for your house, they just give their friends. They tell their friends everything. So some of their friends even know you better than you know them. And you don't know their name. Everything that happened in your house, when you and your husband call everything that happened, you bought something new. In morning devotion, tell them that the Bible says, guard your mouth, that the tongue, seal it. You use stories, form stories of people that were talking anyhow and they entered trouble. Children react well to stories. Okay, this girl was sharing with the friend. And then the friend now said, your auntie is a user, I will take you somewhere. They left the school premises. This girl now sold her friend into prostitution. I'm talking about something that happened in Warri. She sold the friend into prostitution. When school closed, they didn't see the girl. She was declared missing. She was declared missing. She was living with people that worked in all this oil company. They did not see her. The school was adjacent. It's a very popular estate, big oil company in Nigeria. They didn't see her. That woman had to dwell with the fact of that she brought her own relative from the village to stay with her, and the girl was missing. Fast forward, these are friends sold her into prostitution in the river, and they entered boat. They left school, they entered boat, and the friend came back. The friend came back, did not tell anybody. So she was there, and then she was tired of sleeping with different men. She now preferred the house where she was cleaning ground, and they were feeding her and training her. But she couldn't go. So she now ran one day. She met one man, she ran, she missed her way, and she got into another bush, and she met an herbalist, somebody that collects leaves, a native doctor to say. And the man took her in and made her his wife. She had 2 children. And then there was somebody that came to seek for a solution. The person came to seek for a solution. He saw her reading a newspaper. So the man's instinct just said, how can this Baba's wife be learned? Do you understand? He was trying to add 2 and 2 together. And he got talking to her and she told him the story. And the man now decided to help her. Brought her back to Warri, took her to the Shell estate. They located her people. They had gone to Port Harcourt. When they got back to school, do you know what happened? The shocking thing, she could not remember that her classmate's name. Because if she had remembered the class, this thing span, she had 2 children for the native doctor. Her destiny truncated. She had 2 children for the native doctor. Now, this is the thing. If she had known the name, and I tell my children, don't say this girl, call them by their name and their surname. If she had known, I tell my students that too. If she had known the name, as soon as she called the name, they will bring the class register. They will be able to locate that girl that committed that evil. That girl is walking free. She'll be a woman now. Just recently in February, another girl took her friend for inter-house sport. The inter-house sport they did in Delta State here. Took her friend. When the friend came back, the mother said, you come out for night. The mother pushed her outside. The next day, the girl was raped and murdered in this town. The first place that the policemen came to was the school and asked for the class register. They wanted to know whether the girl came to school that day. Fortunately, the teacher was able to mark the register appropriately. The girl was not in school. So you must teach your children. Let them not follow their friends to the house. They are walking home. And I say, I met with branch. Some of them will lure them to their brothers. Let them not be going home. And one man will tell them, say, hey, students, come, my dear. How are you? I like you. Go and buy something from me. I am telling you experiences. A little girl was raped. That was 2-3 years ago. The guy is serving jail sentence because he saw her coming from school. He threw money to her, say, help me buy bread. By the time she crossed to buy the bread, when she came, she didn't see him. So she had to walk into the balcony. The man was 40. The girl was in primary 6. He had carnal knowledge of her. She didn't even know. She was a small girl. When she came down, one woman selling saw blood. The woman raised alarm. The boy is serving jail time in Okere prisons. That's how to teach your children. I can give you stories to be street smart. Mix it with wisdom. Mix it with your faith, and they will be good.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. My ears are full. My head is full. My nose is full. I don't know how my everything is full. You know, when it comes to storytelling, if you're in the Visionary Parent Academy, please put your favorite emoji. Put your favorite emoji. Talk about story because we are big on story. In fact, we have something we do called family talk time. If you look at our family talk time, you realize that every single template, every single is it guide now or mini book I create, it begins with a story. It is deliberate because story paints the picture. And I also tell you every time, you don't miss
Yeah.
teachable moments. You don't miss teachable moments. In the Visionary Parent Academy, we've had a lot of mini ebooks that we use for our children. 8 pages, 10 pages, 15 pages. You know, we just have them small, small, small. We create them small, small, and it begins with stories. It begins with how we can actually empower them, so that as we are learning, we are creating a family talk time. If you are not in the Visionary Parent Academy, like you are missing. Thank you so much, Coach Warri. Thank you. You know, we also big on teachable moments. That is what you just talked about, teachable moments. I tell you that you don't miss any opportunity. It happened even in the Visionary Parent Academy. We share it. If there is something that happened, I share it and I tell them, take lessons and teach your children. What lessons can you learn from these things? Because these children, when they need. It was Pastor Jerry that said that this is a forensic generation. You know what that means? It means that these children, they need proof. They need proof, and you need to constantly show them proof. So it may not happen
That's
to
it.
them alone. It may not just happen to them alone. It may happen to people around, people they don't even know. Social media, that is where I always tell you, when you see something on social media that is age appropriate, take it and use it to show them. There's a video I saved. One of my teenagers in school said, oh, church said she's dating because she needs a long time to know the person before she gets married to the person. I told her you need to have a value that align. So she still arguing. I didn't argue. I just left her. Recently, I saw a video of a girl whose husband, I think, bathed with hot water, and they were married for 15 years. I saved it on Sunday in church. Now me and her. So when I open my phone, I will tell her, see, watch. Shebi, you said you're a 100 level, but you want to start dating so that you can know the person very well before you get married, right? 5, 6, 7 years. You want to cause. This one was married for 15 years. Yes, she did not know the person she was married to. You know? So teachable moments, stories happening around you. Stories happening around you, especially the ones happening around you, the ones you are seeing, the ones your children will see the person. They will see. There are stories of people drug addiction, how they are behaving. One of them, they're on Facebook, one of them was hitting the head on the pole, hit him. Carry and show your children. These are people who take drugs. This is what happens to them. There was one, the girl was being taken advantage of because she ate a food that was drugged. She said, teach your children not to take food. I shared it on social media. Teach your children not to eat from their classmates. I showed that video to my children. I shared it I shared the video to my children. I said, this person ate this food. When we say you don't eat people's food, it's not just because we don't want you to have friends or be close to your friends. It's actually because sometimes you don't know what people take. Now, this person ate this boy's food and she was knocked out. She don't even know when she was being taken advantage of. Something that she was supposed to scream and call for help. She was busy there smiling as if the boy was doing her a favor because she was completely knocked out. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you. You know, this story, we cannot even talk about it. Let me see if we have more questions. Let me see if we have more questions, please. Someone said an SS1 girl stole her parents 350,000 naira and went missing. The parent found that as she was coming to school from the hotel. These things are real. 350,000 naira. Like, she don't even realize that money may not even last her 2 weeks. She did not know that money would not last her 2 weeks. Ma? Sorry, ma. A day, 2 days. But if she pays hotel bills and buys her food, what happens? Okay, any questions? Please drop your questions if you have questions. We have a lot of comments here. I'm trying to see the questions in it. some set up their children to leave home and went to, yes, some set of children leave home for school and they go to their friend's house. We see it. We teach, this is why we teach our children all we can. What do you mean? Okay, by street smart, she has answered that question. School is not, will not parent your child, okay? Schools of, okay. Teachable moment in the Visionary Parent Academy. Yes, thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. Okay, now we are we are almost done. Your time is almost up, ma. Please, you give us
Yeah.
a little more time. I have a question I want to ask because
No
you
wahala.
know
Yeah.
these measures, everything, we put them. If parents, if you have been following us, you realize that okay, these are the things you do. You especially you put on ground. So now my question is, what if the child is already being misled? The child is already, if they're in this system, the child is already being, how do I put it, has been influenced. What can parents do? Do schools have intervention? What can parents do in that case when the battle now is real?
Okay, what parents can do is to be hopeful and prayerful. When I was speaking, I said children have stars. If you have children, they all come with their different stars. And I asked you for a book. I'm teaching my parents sibling rivalry. There's a
Yeah.
lot that parents will need to teach their children. Children have stars. If you have 4 children, all of them will go their diverse ways. Sometimes some of these children, because sometimes what I see on the online space, when something happens, I say, how the parents, now they do the work. No. Sometimes the parents are doing the work. But not be every pikin they pursue. Now they pursue Jesus Christ now. That he had to run to Egypt. They not take him to Egypt. Who took him to Egypt? It was the parents. God said, take the child. Take the child to Egypt. That not God, though. Jesus, in his human form, was taken away for safety. So parents should first have hope. Because some parents did not start early. Some started early. Sometimes the child has stars that the world is coming at him. In education, what we do in education is reinforcement. Now, you have children in secondary and primary. Go and check all their English notes. They have been teaching them nouns. In primary 1, they will teach noun. They will just say is the name of a person. They will end there. But they will teach nouns in SS3. What we do is reinforcement. The curriculum does not change. It's the same thing. They only give it advance. So parents should look, study the child. Whatever you believe in, connect to that thing. Are you a Christian, Muslim, whatever? You will get inspiration. You will get inspiration. You will get inspiration on how to handle that particular child. Sometimes it will mean that parents are very comfortable. It will mean that maybe you will have to leave that locality. The parents are not ready to go that route. I just said that Jesus was moved from one continent to another for safety. So parents should have hope. Your child is misbehaving, he has done. Keep affirming, keep speaking. It's going to be hard though, because that time you say this speaking, your head don't go correct. You don't go kill me, not go better for you. And you say, me, I not rest, so you don't go, no. If you know that you cannot even speak it, and write it down and be reading it. So that what you see to read, actually you don't go read another thing. If you are reading something, it's not what you write there you will read. So when the child does not, just pick the book, you read it. The child will be fine. I have seen children that when we see them today, we will say, wow, this speaking, you worry, but wow, today you are going to be a success story. But what parents should do is that you wear that born pikin. That's the way they run. When masquerade they pursue, not the whole breast. You don't born pikin, You must keep your eyes wide open. Your heart must be rooted in truth, and you must hold them in love. You must model it. Discipline is love. That's what people do not know. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is love. If you love that child, you will do everything to rescue your child from the hands. See, except if you have a teacher and a doctor, there's a battle for the souls of children. And children are nations. That is why all the governors that we have in Nigeria, they don't get brothers and sisters. I'm asking you.
They get
They don't get brothers and sisters.
They get
Why is it that only one I be governor? Go and check those children, go and check their story. They had battles. Their mothers will be able to tell you the extent they went to secure that destiny. So parents, do not give up. Your child is not a problem to fix, but a story to understand. Your child is not a problem to fix, but a story to understand. I know you asked some questions. You can look through some of those your questions that you asked. I wrote them down. Some questions.
Sorry, I need to write that
your
story to understand. Story to understand.
Yes.
Sorry, ma.
Your child is not a problem. Your child is not a problem to fix, yes, but a story to understand.
Someone asked a question and I wanted to read it out. I can't find it. The person was talking about, I don't, let me see if I'll find the question here. Someone asked a question and he said, okay, how can we help a child when the parents are not involved as a teacher? We have some parents that are not involved, like they care less, they care less. As I even have that case, a child, the mom, she's 18 now, the mom had her for the dad, so the dad ended up not marrying the mom, so the dad jackpot and married someone else, is comfortable, and the mom is not remarried. All that bitterness is on the girl, that she is bold. If you see her, she is bold. Should I use the word bold? She's bold, she's intelligent, she's smart academically, but she has low self-esteem. Every single thing gets to her. People will not say one thing is about her. You see it is about her. Every single time she's complaining, she's so I get it. And her mom really doesn't care. She's just looking for an escape route. She can't wait to run away from her mom. She will do anything, like even that she's being guided. She has people around her like who are guiding her. She can't wait. So the question is, how does the school now help? This person asking this question is a teacher. How does the school help a child that the parents are not involved?
I said it before. What schools can do, they can teach and nurture. But schools cannot replace the parents. They cannot heal deep-rooted trauma. They cannot, because by 2 o'clock, you don't leave the pikin. By 3.
Yes.
So what you do, you nurture. You cannot help guide and give the child books. I do that. You give them books to read. And you must be very, very intentional about how you interface with such a child, because some of these children with trauma can turn against you as a teacher.
Yes.
Make sure you document your process with the child, but you can use books. Books are another way that parents can use to help students. Just give the child a book and say, okay, we can be reading it, book review once a month. The child will see the world in another way. And then you can pray, because in education, we call it co-parentis. You now stand in as the parent, you can pray. Because you see, most times when many people become very great, who do they remember? Those people that remember their teachers shows that their parents were not there, but the teacher was there. We see Tenny buying a car or building a house for the teacher. We saw Osime, he came to Nigeria, the first person he came to look for his teacher. Those people. We saw Governor Duan building a house for his primary school teacher. We saw Amaju Pinigi, NFA boss, buying a car for the teacher. At least I know that teacher. She was my teacher. I know Amaju Pinnick. He was my senior in school. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm giving you life examples. So when you do that, the child would know that you really care. Just do your bits. The child will come around. Sometimes I said we are not magicians. Even as parents, you are not magicians. They would know. They will come around. They will come around.
We have another question. She said, please, how can we help a child that is not staying with her parents but being molested by the male child in the house and the parents are not aware of it? Okay, this person asking is also a teacher.
Yes, you send for the parents. If you're in a public school, you report the matter to your principal, get the child number. There was one that happened, we were involved, we got the mother, and you know, we in public schools, you have a lot of experienced teachers. You have people in their 60s, you have a old range, you have children, you have grandmothers. So any children any child that is in a public school has an advantage to that. Any child that has me in their corner has an advantage because I pour everything into them. Now, what we did in that case was, my principal now, God bless her soul, what she did was, the mother was in Onitsha. They sent for the mother. It was the uncle that was molesting her. And so my principal just told her, said, this your pikin, you go carry and go. The woman said, I not go fit to that her husband, she was counting all the poverty. And my principal said, this speaking, we had, this native sense, she had to do something to feel as if the girl was spiritually, there were things that the girl needed to be with the mother. Native sense, they had to do something. The woman said, the woman's brother was molesting the child was there. Because the priest had already accosted the bed. She did not tell the mother. We were able to get the child out of that situation and all that. I've also seen a case where a child she was living with somebody and the woman was telling the husband to have carnal knowledge with her just to pay for textbook, simple things when they pay for government school. We had to intervene. We told her we had to get, sometimes teachers can get a teacher that is kind, that is looking for somebody to live with. They get the consent of the parents, they move the child to that place. We have teachers that are holding students now. Some teachers, they look at the child in the class and they know that the child needs it. They notify the parents and the child comes to live with them. At least like foster parenting. So those are things that they can do. But that child needs to be gotten out from that place. And you report to the welfare. I said that before, you report to the welfare. That child needs to be gotten out. Because that child is a danger to other children in the class.
Because the child that is molesting
the child is a danger to other children in the class.
Yeah. The child molesting the other, because he's also on age 16 years molesting a 13 years.
Yeah, it doesn't. See, what do they know about sex? They don't. Sometimes we use this word because you don't give age. In the village, 16-year-old are marrying. They've not signed the child as right in some states in Nigeria. We use this word molest. We use all this word molest. They are just doing something wrong to themselves. That person not know. This one not know. Yeah, they are talking about the person. What of the incest that is going on in homes? Parents, they press TikTok. Their children, they have carnal knowledge with each other. And that one we want to. We hear most of these things in schools because sometimes when you are good to the child comes to you and tells you. Sometimes your arms are tied. You really do not know what to do. So you talk to the girl, get the parents, because parents if you're not ready, not born. Once you don't born the pikin feet, just say put your leg inside your leg inside one trouser. They put poverty in front and not get money. You they chop your tongue. Hold your child, protect your child, and God will come in. We all believe in God. The God they gonna church or job. Believe in God will come in. And I tell the children, most of them marry your book. Be very intelligent, because intelligent children, when NGOs come to schools, because you have NGOs, because you had that in your question, they come, they get intervention, they have scholarship, and some of them scale through. They become great people in society.
Yeah. That they put themselves at an advantage.
Yeah, they become great people in society.
We also talked about this. I remember one of our okay, I think our last family talk time in the Visionary Parents Academy was the Art of the Shadows, teaching our children how to position themselves for opportunities. You know, like you just said, marry your book.
Yes.
When you marry your book, you now merit scholarship and a lot of opportunities that ordinarily you wouldn't have gotten. Again, if you're not in the Visionary Parents Academy,
Because
Art of the Shadows, it was just this weekend we
because
did that with our children.
maybe and maybe hello, because in public schools, these NGOs they come, they pump in money, they
Yes.
are looking for students that are brilliant, that they want to help. Well-meaning individuals are coming, but most of these children do not want to look at their books. They don't want to look at their books.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. I have questions here about our time, and our next speaker is coming in by 8 o'clock.
Yes.
I also need to get a few
So we can do get the questions. Let me run through. We can do 5 minutes more.
Please, if you have more questions, ask, please ask your questions. Okay, someone says thank you very much. Thank you. You've talked about NGO. Is there anything, I don't know, anything government can actually do to help in public schools, this situation? Is there anything? Because a lot of parents are completely ignorant. They don't even know. I was going to ask that, okay, as a parent, if you have a child that is in this kind of porous environment, they are beginning to get influenced, what are the signs the parents should look out for? I was going to ask that, and then ask, apart from the school doing their best, because at the end of the day, the children are part of the society.
Yeah.
So the first question
the parents can look warning signs.
Yes. Yes, ma. Yes.
No, give me all the questions. I'll run. The first question is what?
What can, if you have a child in this
what
kind
are
of
the
school?
Warning signs?
Yes, ma.
The warning signs.
Yes.
Withdrawal or aggression. Your child becomes aggressive. There's a sudden change in friends. A sudden change in friends. Then sometimes the child is afraid to go to school. Then you see unusual language. They now start picking up new language. If you're in public schools, the children have a lot of languages. But there's something very predominant in public schools because the classes are large, so they really do not have the one-on-one experience. But when a child is very intelligent in a public school and the child marries their book, they go very well seamlessly. They have a seamless education. They have their degrees. No, they have their certifications right. They pass their exams. They represent the school. They have scholarships. My assistant head boy, he didn't have money for his enrollment. He came to me as a mentor. I told him, write it and start saying it every morning. Lo and behold, the royalty in my area came and said they wanted to enroll students. My VP just went to the class. He was the one they picked. They enrolled him while Neko Jam. Very intelligent boy. He lives with the brother that is a security person, earning 15,000. And he told me, amongst my parents' children, ma, we go to school. I told him we go to school. Write it. We do affirmation. Speak it. Stick it on the wall. The universe will speak for you. So you see how those sudden change in friends. The question is, do you know your children's friends? You know all their name. When they change, you know who they be. You know, I made a post today on TikTok. You know when you're picking the rich house in public school. You are in the market selling. You are doing your business. Your child is in school. He knows when you will get home. Now then he go reach house. You know when you're picking the rich house.
Let me quickly squeeze in one question. I know that in very many public schools, because when I first got here, it's raining, so I'm trying to come close. Where's my earphone, please? Help me with my. So yes, I know that when I first got here, I had a friend who runs an organization and he wanted to go to schools and talk about courtism. So I went with him. We went to about 4, 5, 6 schools in this neighborhood. And I realized that very many people also come there to talk about different things. Some people come to preach, some people come to talk about. So these things really, do they make any impact? Or is there a special way school can actually, what school can do? So that as a parent, you can suggest to your children's school. Because you go to school, they will tell you, like even my children's school, my children attend missionary school and they are very populated, you know. When I remember one time I even wanted to give
Yeah.
them books, mothers and boys. They were telling me I have to come back and meet the Reverend Sister and all of that. I don't have issues, but the timing was not working for me. I can't wait in the school from 7 o'clock when I drop my children till 10 o'clock. And I can't go back home, come back, and go back again. You know, that was it. And so when we were trying to talk about character building, they were telling me, they do this. I asked my children, they say every day on the assembly ground, they do character building, they teach them. But these things, we know that one on the assembly ground, it doesn't work, you know. So how can school now infuse intentionality so that parents here, you can take the advice and share with your child's school and encourage them, start doing this thing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I thank God you mentioned, like your child's school now, if it's a Catholic school, we rate them as public schools because they are populated. If it's a federal government schools are public schools. Now, the larger the school, the more we term it public. It might be private, public. Those things that they come to do in assembly. The thing is that if you are running a program in a school on the assembly, I talk about reinforcement. Reinforcement is a tool in education. That's how you teach. You reinforce learning. That's why we have primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. You impart. Some people, like in my school now, a Baptist reverend comes to school. A Baptist reverend comes to school every Monday. I've been in this particular school for 4 years, and he has been consistent and is making tremendous impact. This church, Christ Embassy, they have a school club, is making impact. Some Rotary club, they have Rotarian, it's making impact. But you say they should draw curriculum. The curriculum that we have is rich. You have civic education. You have that they are taught all those things. Drug abuse is part of what they learn in school. But these NGOs are doing a lot. They come, they give books. But what I find out that some of them are not consistent. For the ones that are consistent, they are building strong teams. If you say you are coming to a school on Tuesday, let the children see it religiously. You must be there every Tuesday. You draw your curriculum, you come to teach. That 10 minutes. Sometimes they will run after you and ask you questions. You start building questions and coming and helping them. But sometimes some of them come for the cameras. Some of them come to take cameras and post on social media that I was in a particular school. It's not for the cameras. If you are coming to a school, if you start from JS1, by 6 years, you still be doing that same thing. And you know that when the child comes from JS1 to SS3, the child will remember you as a mentor. The child will remember you as a mentor. But sometimes we see them, they just vanish. We don't see them again. Like Rotary Club is doing fantastic work. Any school they just take and adopt, they do work. They build classrooms, they build computer labs, they build libraries, and they have the Rotarian Club where they inspire the children to be future leaders. So it's consistency. Like now, if you're in Agbo, you want to be going to a school, and you say it on Tuesday, you should be there. A child in JS1, by the time the child is in SS3, should know you. And there's no way the child will not mention you in its developmental stages. Our curriculum is rich enough. People say change curriculum. Civic education, they teach drug abuse. They teach character development. They teach them to obey the Nigerian flag. They teach them to obey their parents. The question is that, you know, when you are running your class, it's different from when a mentor is there teaching. Christ Embassy is doing fantastic work. We expect religious bodies, a lot of them. Don't come for the show. Some of them just come and take pictures. Say social media, I went to that school. We want to see you there. Government cannot do everything. Government will not do everything. In my school now, we have a functional physics lab. We have functional physics lab, functional chemistry lab, a state-of-the-art 21st century library, all built by Rotary Club. What are we talking about? We are not seeing the churches. We are not seeing NGOs. Don't come and do show. Come to the schools and help the children. The way government does, they don't build school, don't reach. Even some people are coming to pay for community teachers because
Stop
Yes,
complaining.
because some of these our schools don't have. My school does not have a physics teacher, so an NGO cannot come and pay for physics teacher to come and teaching children. A child that wants to read chemistry, medicine, and engineering is at risk. No physics teacher. Am I wrong with the government? When did the government last employ Delta State? So NGOs, churches should come, not for show. Get involved all over the world. Individuals get involved. Get involved in the work and guide teachers and help teachers. Employ teachers. We have people doing it in Warri here. They go into a school. My school was wired by a man. He put water. He saw children crossing the road to fetch water from a church, from Winners Chapel. The man said, what? He drove into the school. He wired the whole place. That same wire now, they don't want to tip all of them. He put water. Get involved in what is happening in education. Because if we do not, we are sitting on a time bomb. If you didn't say that picture you hide, your child is a weak link. Your child in the private school is a weak link. I meant children in private schools. The bulk of the Nigerian child is in the public schools. And we need to salvage that situation. We need to help the parents that do not have. How many people get money to pay money, public school fees? Before you go food, before you feed them, before you do this. Get involved. And then we can save the streets may raise them, but our love can anchor them.
Someone said you are a guru, man. Good job, man. And I say, good one, good job, man. See, everybody, stop complaining. Stop complaining. It's time for us to really get. It's consistency. She has just made a very valid point. Like consistency. If we can go to school and do clubs. Yes. If you are a stay-at-home mom, join your community. Create a club. Create Visionary Career Academy can be known all over Nigeria. If you have all your members going there and drawing your curriculum and teaching the children, one of them will become somebody tomorrow. They will mention your name. I have had viral videos. I was in school midnight for the WAEC exam. I was reading in the midnight. And I saw my students there. Oh, look at my teacher. If this woman teach you and you don't know book, you don't go feel no book. They are all grown women, men, women, doing their own businesses. But I don't know them. They know me. They know me. When you come, well, your first duty as a parent is to teach. Now, they leave everything for teacher and government. Okay, now, like I say, this thing's not hard. Now, you, the overthinker. Arrest my case. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Please, one more question, man. Please, one more question before we wrap up. Say, how can parents work together to create a more positive environment? How can parents, because parents, their own is to complain. Their own is to go to school and fight. In this Delta State, I've heard stories of parents taking gun to school. I've heard stories of parents beating up teachers. You know,
they killed my colleague. In your Oruebor, they killed my colleague last year. They came to beat and kill the physics teacher there. When they come, yes, when parents come and speak.
A student was telling me that this teacher that likes to do this and that.
What parents can do quickly,
yes,
get involved. Come to the school. If you have money, come. And you don't give teachers money, we don't want the money. There is no chalk, there is no marker. Buy a packet of marker. I teach English literature. When our children don't get textbooks, they don't buy reader again. Buy readers and bring to the school, we give to them. Buy readers and bring, buy Bibles, buy textbooks, buy sandals. If you spend 100,000 a year for a public school in Nigeria, your name will be written on stone. Your name will be documented. We speak for your generation. Get involved. The streets may raise them, but our love can anchor them.
Sorry, say that again, man.
The streets may raise them, but our love can anchor them. You know what an anchor is? Our love will take them out. Until we salvage the public schools in Nigeria, you saw VDM for 9 months. Students have been at home. Shey you dey carry your pikin go school.
Nobody was talking about it.
9 months.
Nobody was talking about
the country. We have children. Yes, and you are talking about insecurity. Our eye go clear. You are talking about insecurity. Our eye go clear. We are joking with education in Nigeria, and we are locking our children in private schools. How many people there you are picking private school? How many? How many there you are picking private school? We just throw our eyes, we enter our motto, we become the weak link. I have taught students that are criminals. I've taught Yahoo students. You think I am happy? Because the society leave it alone for the teachers. The only thing they do is to abuse teachers. Do you know what we face every day?
This
you know how much of our money we spend?
needs to go viral. I beg you, if you are here, you have not shared this particular link. If you have not shared today's session, please click and share. Share this particular post needs to go viral. We need to wake up and do something.
This
I
conference
beg
is not
share.
a textbook.
Share,
It is not
please.
a textbook conference. The people coming to speak here are practical pro. We know they can't read textbook for now. I have done a lot of conference online. We are not coming to read textbook. Coach Enimien said it's not. We are giving you fact-based stories. I can sit here till morning and think that you're not going to feel even sleep. What we see every day. What we see every day. I have been speaking online for years and it's blowing up in our faces. Our country will not be better if we do not take education in public schools seriously. We need to get involved.
Sir.
I told my friend, you drive public school with your Jeep, you drive every day, you have not entered a public school, you think your children will be protected. The children you neglect today, they become the people we see terrorizing us tomorrow. Yes. They are not angry at us. They are angry at your children. My son went to write GS3 exam and he told me that the public school teacher was flogging the students to sweep class for him. I said, it cannot happen in my school. You that came with your private school teacher to the public school GS3 exam, you will sweep your school. But the public school, you think those children are happy with my children? They are not happy with my child. They are looking at them. It's not a war, rich versus poor. My son told me the last exam was written last week. A public school teacher was telling them to sweep the floor, tell the other public students to sweep floor for my son to sit in their school. You think they'll be happy? They are looking at all these ones now. That's why when we go for competitions, the public school always win. You know why? Because they see it as battle. That we go, not because they do private school, we go win them. And they are always winning. Because we have the experience to teach them well. Not because at private school where we say you're teaching them for money, not saying for evening.
Get to power. When they get to power, it is why they are so, and you know, because life doesn't have a, what do you call it? You cannot predict the path of life. These children in public school, like she just made something, she was just talking about that, you know, they are angry at us. When she said that I had good bumps, I wish I could show you. I just got like something like, really? Yes. Because life doesn't have, you don't predict life. You don't know where the wind of life will blow them to. When they get to power, you see all that anger, they may no longer be aware of what is driving them. It is that thing that has cut deep into them, that will drive them to make unhealthy policy, that will drive them not to give a hoots about people. You see, the way they were treated, we now form who they are. The way they see other people around. They are seeing your children. They're having low self-esteem. When they wake up, when they come out, they want to show us. They want to let power. No. I said, please share this particular video. Share this particular session. Share this particular session. I have not insisted since we started, but this particular session, geez, share all the sessions. So share. But you see this one, we must come together. We must come together. And I just wrote something down. I'm going to work on it, create a plan, and begin to introduce it to the Visionary Parent Academy. I will create a curriculum for you. I will give you the message. If you're a stay-at-home mom or you have a flexible time, you go and just go to a school near you, a public school near you. Create a club. Tell them club. And you know, they can tell you, I've been to a public school before in this neighborhood. I wanted to start a club, but the reception, they will tell me on Tuesday they are doing this, on Wednesday they are doing that, on Thursday they are doing that, you know. Because of that, I think maybe I was not really, I really hadn't made up my mind. So that was why I just said, I beg, after I wanted to help, you know. But now this has given me a wake-up call. I'm going to sit down, create a plan. I'm going to go back. No, leave there, please. I'm going to go back and I am going to really, I'll create a structure, a curriculum, a plan, a lesson plan for you. It will just be a plug and play. Go there, you teach them. I'll give you everything you need. If you're a Visionary Parent Academy, we need to rise up. We need to stop complaining. We need to rise up and make a change, at least for the sake of our children. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We still have a lot of questions, but hey, just help us wrap up. Give us all the summary and everything, please. Thank you. Drop her thank you in the comment section. Her thank you. She deserves more than our thank you. We cannot pay her for this. So, please drop her thank you. Thank you.
Nigeria will be better when we all get involved. The public school teachers are drained. They are drained. We are frustrated. Some of us still speaking out is because God has blessed us. We are tired. A lot of people are not coming. We are not being treated nicely. The remuneration is poor, but we love the children. Our methods might not be the real teach methods. Some are still using the cane. But the thing behind what we are doing is that we love the children. I have taught in public schools. I've never used the cane. I have my method because I have developed myself. Because for me, this is a call. Somebody told me it's a call for young people, parents, families, and all that. That even if they flog your child, the person flogging your child, the person is seeing the problem and just say, please, I must do something to save that child. I must do something to save that child. Public schools, the Catholic schools, they are still public because they have large numbers. Federal government colleges, please sit up. We are not talking about boarding houses. Sit up, parents, and let us build a holistic country. What we are seeing in Nigeria is as a result of the neglect of education. Nothing more, nothing less. Until we fix it, what will they talk now? Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I know they have another session.
Yes, thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you so much. Thank you so much, ma. We have another session 8 o'clock. It's going to be Coach Odegbami Labake. She's going to take us through her journey as a young adult who got pregnant under her father's nose. You know, when her parents were going to university and all of that. What happened? Was there a mistake somewhere? So if you're a mom or a dad of girls or even boys, please, you don't want to miss that class. Again, this particular class, I beg, copy and share, copy and share, copy and share, copy and share. We need to do right for the sake of our children. We need to do right. It's not church. It's not God forbid. It's not condemn. See them. We always see them. We condemn. We are always condemning. We judge. That is what we do. We are not doing our little in our own corners. That one of the little you can do is actually to copy and share. That is the first little you can do. Copy and share. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Now you know that this conference is brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. You need to join us in the academy because what we do there. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section. We'll come back to take your questions. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We appreciate you. God bless you plenty. Thank you. I want this message to reach very many people, very many platforms. We want this message to go round. This is why I want our community to be bigger, so that we can have our messages reaching as many people as our messages should be reaching. What? Okay, so the Visionary Parents Academy, yes, we are open for registration for 2026. So just send a message and ask how you can join. Our fee is very moderate, and you will stay with us all year long. For the entire year, you are going to be with us. It's an empowering community. If it's only family talk time we do, family talk time, we create a mini ebook for your children every weekend. You can use to have conversations with them. You can give them on their own to read. That is even worth more than what you pay, let alone all the other things you do. Please copy this link and share. And also, if you have further questions, please do well to ask your questions. Thank you so much, everyone. See you at 8 p.m.